welcome to 5 Things to Know, a Tax Talk Today exclusive. I'm joined today by Patricia Young. Patricia is the Nationwide Tax Forum Program Manager in the IRS's Communications and Liaison Division. Her career with the federal government spans 30 years, including her nearly 2 decades serving as the Program Manager for the IRS Nationwide Tax Forums, where she leads the development and coordination of all aspects of the forum program. Patricia, on behalf of our viewers, it's my pleasure to welcome you back to Tax Talk Today, where IRS representatives and tax industry leaders come together to share their knowledge and experiences working with federal tax law. I'd like to start our conversation today by asking, in general, what are the nationwide tax forums for those of us that have never been before?
So the IRS Nationwide Tax Forums is our sort of premier outreach and education program that we conduct at the Internal Revenue Service. It consists basically of seminars on tax law and tax law changes and ethics for tax professionals. And the classes are conducted by our IRS subject matter experts, in addition to our association partners, such as NAEA. And it also features some other value-added events during the week. So the program began probably, just a little bit of history, in the early 90s, and it was a way to increase e-filing at the time. So we brought together tax software providers and tax professionals to help encourage tax folks to e-file. But then it became more of a program about the entire IRS program and services that we offer. And in addition to e-filing, we did other things like exhibiting, the case resolution room, focus groups. So it became more of the education outreach program that it is today.
Wow, sounds like a full few days that we have ahead of us when we go to these. What are some of the benefits beyond CE, which I believe is available here to any tax professional that needs their CE? But what other benefits should we be expecting? Being back with our peers is going to be a benefit in itself, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yes, we're very excited. Looking forward to coming back in person because this is the first in-person events that we're holding since 2019. So we've been 3 years virtual. We're looking forward to getting back. We're going to be in 5 locations. Starting July 11th, we'll be in New Orleans. The week of July 25th, we'll be in Atlanta. The week of August 8th, we'll be in National Harbor, Maryland, which is the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area. August 22nd, we'll be in San Diego, California. And then finishing up August 29th, in Orlando, Florida. And so this year we have a very, very robust agenda. We have about 45 seminars, 4 of which we're presenting in Spanish. Over the 3-day period, you'll be able to earn up to 18 CE credits during the week. And we're also bringing back our expo hall, which we were able to transition into the virtual, but there's, like you mentioned, there's nothing like being in person and face-to-face. So we'll have an array of tax-related software providers, business-related folk there that you can meet and talk to, and then also, just talk to your network with your peers about their best practices and everything that's happening in their business. So it's just a great opportunity to get back into some face-to-face conversations. And also, I really wanted to mention that we're bringing back case resolution. In our period of doing virtual meetings, we were not able to sort of convert virtual environment based on the security needs of it, but we will be back in person. So case resolution will be there all 3 days. If you have a case that you need worked, get there early and get your appointment for case resolution. They will be handling that, and they also have a really, really, really high resolution rate. So chances are, if you have a case that's been sitting and you couldn't get solved, these guys will be able to take care of it for you. So I encourage you to visit that if you need it on site.
I've been to many a conference where Case Resolution has had a booth at exhibit area, and they are always very busy, always very busy. And I've heard nothing but good things from practitioners that have used the service. So I think it's a great service to add to this. Now, we mentioned the CE as far as the ability to get to CE, but what are some of the things our viewers need to know about the forums? I mean, you told us where they're going to be. For example, what are featured topics, focus groups, anything new this year, or anything? Oh, I should hold off on anything new because I want to have that as a separate question altogether. But is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Well, we have a very robust agenda. There's lots going on in the tax world. So we will be featuring some of the topics that we'll be featuring, I guess I should say, we're having a special plenary session on the IRS Strategic Operating Plan as it relates to the Inflation Reduction Act. So that's one of those topics that there's a lot of conversation around. There are new rules regarding the 1099-K. There will be several sessions on that. The Secure Acts 1 and 2. We'll have a special session on the new program that I believe we just launched actually this year, the Information Returns Intake System. So if you want to learn about that, we'll have a class on that. And then we also will be focusing on, some of the hot topics that continue to be out there, like cryptocurrency, digital currency, cybersecurity, all those kinds of topics. Also, our focus groups are back. So we have at least 12 topics right now. I don't have all of the information up online, but it will be up online within the coming weeks, focusing on clean energy credits and inflation, again, the Inflation Reduction Act, all kinds of things that we are looking forward to getting some feedback from the tax professional community on. Those will be in our focus group areas. And we also back with our 2-hour workshop, another one of the features that we weren't able to transfer into the digital virtual environment. We'll be back with our workshop on tax exempt organizations, charities, and nonprofits. So if you have those kinds of clients, you'll be able to take that class. Our IRS zone will be there. So there's an opportunity to meet face-to-face with IRS executives, IRS subject matter experts. You'll be able to talk with the speakers they'll be there after their session. So if you have maybe some additional questions that you want or some clarification, you'll be able to talk to the speakers after their sessions, which is one of the really, really popular parts of the exhibit hall. And I wanted to say our online services people will also be on hand to demonstrate the Tax Pro accounts and the individual accounts that are available.
Well, I think that's great. We're going to certainly have some questions. I know that the Tax Pro account is going to be changing a little bit this month, in May, I should say. By the point that we are all back using it on a regular basis, ideally we'll be able to answer any questions that we haven't been able to find yet. Now, Patricia, what is new and exciting for 2023 forums? Something has to, I can't believe the IRS has not been live for 3 years and does not want to come out swinging with something big for us to appreciate.
We're coming out swinging, right? So this year we have in addition to our education and training agenda, which is packed full, as we just talked about, we do have 4 special events this year. So that will be held at every location. So on the Monday prior to the beginning of the forum, when folks are checking in, picking up their registration materials, checking into hotel, all those kinds of things, get all that taken care of. That Monday evening around 5:00, we'll have a special session for tax pros on fostering growth and development and managing their tax practice. So that session will be conducted by some of the seasoned tax pros from our association partner groups, and they'll be talking about how to manage your business and your office, leveraging technology, professional development, those kinds of things. And it's a great session, I feel like, for some maybe newer tax pros, maybe been in the industry for 5 years or less. There'll be a lot of good information there for you, but also for more seasoned professionals who've been in the business for a while, because there's so many new things in terms of technology that's helpful for a business. So they'll be talking about some of those things, and I think that'll be very exciting. And then on Wednesday, we have a couple of events on Wednesday. So Wednesday will be one of those days that has a lot going on. That morning before we start the regular sessions, there will be a session on how to prepare the written information security plan. And I know that everyone is supposed to have one of those. So that's a good session to check in on and see if you're, how to do it, or if you need to do it, there'll be good information on how to do that. And also that afternoon, after the classes are finished, during the reception, you can grab some food and then go into a special Q&A session with our national taxpayer advocate. She will be there, Erin Collins, and she'll be holding sort of a Q&A town hall meeting with any tax pros that want to talk about any issues or concerns facing the taxable community at this time. So that's a good thing to keep on your agenda for Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're going to wrap the whole thing up with our regular scheduled classes, but at lunchtime, again, grab some food, come into the lunchtime panel discussion with our CIRCA and our taxpayer experience office leadership. They will be having a meeting, a sort of a town hall discussion, sort of a panel discussion about our new tax experience office.
Great. Sounds like we've got a very busy week ahead when we touch base, or well, I should say when we step into that arena, as it were. I'm looking forward to being there at every show this year myself. So all our viewers, please make sure you come up and say hello to me. And if I'm around Patricia, I'm sure she'd love to introduce herself as well. And I'm looking forward to meeting her face to face instead of virtually as I have in the past. Now, last question I think is most important to all of us. And how do we sign up for the forums this year? What's the best way for us to do it? When should we be doing it? And anything else we need to know in closing?
Okay. Well, you can do it now. Registration is open. The website, IRS Tax Forum.com. You can go there and register, or if you just happen to already be on irs.gov, you can just pop tax forms in the search box and it'll also bring up the link. And so when you go to that website, you can register for the conference, and you can also book your accommodations for the week. So you can do everything there, one stop. Right now we're in the early rate time. So registration is $245 per person, and that rate will be good until 5 p.m. on June 15th. After June 15th, the rate goes up to $299, still a good deal. And then if you happen to not register and just, you wake up and decide, I think I should go over there and take some classes, you can still register on site. So if you don't register in advance, it's not too late to just come on over to the venue, register on site. Registration at that point will be late registration, and on-site registration is $380.
Well, this has been really great, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining us on 5 Things to Know. On behalf of our viewers, I want to thank you for your years of service with the IRS, particularly as a nationwide tax forum program manager in the IRS's Communication and Liaison Division. Your work on the tax forum, on the tax forums, has really benefited the tax preparer community, and we can see this by the robust attendance each year. Thanks again, and we look forward to having you back on another Tax Talk Today program. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and as always, it's been great learning with you. Be sure to join us again on an upcoming Tax Talk Today program.